For decades, Mauricio has been admired not just for his thriving business empire, but for the seemingly unshakable bond he shared with his wife, Kyle Richards. Together, they were seen as the golden couple of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, glamorous, successful, and devoted to their family. But now, the facade of perfection has been shattered, and the reality behind closed doors is far more painful than fans could have imagined. Insiders close to the couple have finally come forward with troubling news. Mauricio, who has reportedly been under immense stress from both professional demands and personal struggles, is now facing a situation that demands urgent care, both emotional and physical. His once magnetic energy has dimmed, and friends say his health, spirit, and well-being are suffering under the weight of it all. Throughout this difficult journey, Kyle Richards has remained fiercely protective of her husband. The rhobh star, who has been on television for more than a decade, has built her brand around family, loyalty, and resilience. But even the strongest hearts can only carry so much. Kyle has been by Mauricio's side every step of the way, but lately the cracks are beginning to show. Just days ago, paparazzi captured a heartbreaking moment that sent shockwaves across social media. Kyle, usually polished, radiant, and unflappable, was spotted leaving a private wellness facility in Los Angeles. Her eyes were swollen, her head down, clutching her phone as if holding onto a lifeline. Witnesses described her as fragile, shaken, and clearly overwhelmed. It was the kind of moment no partner ever wants to live through. The realization that the person you've built a life with may be slipping away, not just from health struggles, but from the emotional closeness that once seemed unbreakable. For years, Mauricio and Kyle have been known for their discretion when it comes to truly personal matters. Yes, they've shown snippets of their lives on reality TV, but insiders will tell you that the deepest parts of their marriage were always guarded. Now, however, their challenges are becoming increasingly difficult to hide. Mauricio has stepped back from several public commitments in recent months. His energy at events is described as subdued, his once beaming smile appearing forced. Meanwhile, Kyle has quietly canceled several appearances, choosing instead to devote her time to her husband and family. Friends reveal she spends long hours managing his care, coordinating wellness treatments, and trying to keep their 4 daughters shielded from the darkest realities. The girls, Farah, Alexia, Sophia, and Portia, are said to be aware of the tension at home. While Kyle has always been a devoted mother, she now finds herself balancing the impossible, protecting her children's peace while carrying the heavy burden of her husband's struggles. As word of Mauricio's condition spreads, the response from friends and fans alike has been profound. Bravo stars and close family friends have reportedly reached out to the couple with messages of love and support. Dorrit Kemsley, Kyle's longtime co-star and confidant, has allegedly been at Kyle's side constantly. Kathy Hilton, Kyle's sister, despite their complicated history, has stepped in to help with the children. Even outside of the Bravo bubble, celebrities who have crossed paths with Mauricio in the real estate world are said to be rallying around the family. When Kyle and Mauricio married back in 1996, it felt like the perfect Beverly Hills fairy tale. He, the ambitious young broker with dreams of building an empire. She, the stunning child star turned reality icon with a deep love for family. Together, they created a home full of laughter, success, and togetherness. Their chemistry was undeniable, their commitment inspiring. Over the years, they balanced fame, fortune, and family in a way that seemed almost effortless. But now, that love story faces its most heartbreaking test. Kyle, once praised for her quick wit and unshakable confidence on camera, now finds herself fighting a deeply personal battle. The slow, painful reality of watching the man she loves struggle. Insiders reveal moments where, even in his exhaustion, Mauricio tries to lighten her load, cracking a joke, offering her a reassuring smile, urging her not to lose faith. Their bond, built over decades of love and resilience, has now become their sanctuary. But make no mistake, the toll is real. Friends close to Kyle describe her as both courageous and heartbroken, determined to hold her family together, yet showing visible signs of emotional exhaustion. The future remains uncertain. No official statements have been released, and the family continues to request privacy. But one thing is certain, Kyle Richards is not leaving Mauricio's side. Her love, loyalty, and strength have become the emotional backbone of this entire ordeal. The coming days will be crucial. Treatments and care continue. Doctors remain cautiously optimistic. Kyle clings to hope, even in her darkest moments. And the world, fans, friends, and viewers, wait with heavy hearts, praying for a miracle. If you've made it this far, you already know just how emotional and important this story truly is. Please subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications. We promise to bring you every update with the sensitivity and respect this situation demands. This is more than just a Bravo headline. This is a story of love, resilience, heartbreak, and human strength in the face of unimaginable adversity. Stand with Mauricio and Kyle by staying informed, sharing this video, and keeping them in your thoughts. Because sometimes, the greatest way we can support someone is simply to care and to never look away. It began subtly. Mauricio started forgetting little things. His assistant brushed it off at first, missed calls, wrong names, awkward silences during high-stake deals. But Kyle noticed it immediately. The man who once negotiated 8-figure contracts with a single razor-sharp smile was suddenly drifting. He'd walk into a room and stare at the ceiling, as if expecting something to be waiting for him there. His laughter dimmed. His eyes, once always 2 steps ahead, seemed lost in a memory he couldn't quite name. At first, Kyle thought it was burnout. After all, Mauricio had stretched himself thin, running the agency, balancing TV appearances, and trying to live up to the image of the man who could do it all. The cameras loved him, but they didn't see the nights he spent staring at the wall, whispering to himself words she couldn't hear. Then came the house on Maple Drive, a property like no other. Tucked away in the canyons, barely visible from the road, it was a listing that had sat untouched for over 20 years. Mauricio had driven past it once and became obsessed. It wasn't just a house, he claimed. It was a calling. Kyle was used to his eccentric instincts. He was a visionary, after all, but this was different. He'd stay up until 3 a.m. mapping blueprints of a house he didn't even own. He scribbled strange symbols on notepads. He told her the house had spoken to him. And when she laughed it off, his eyes filled with something she hadn't seen before, fear. One afternoon, against her better judgment, Kyle drove him to see the house. The iron gates creaked open like the sigh of something ancient. The lawn was overgrown, vines choked the outer walls, and yet Mauricio stood there in awe, like a prophet returning to a temple. "It's familiar," he whispered. They didn't speak on the way home. Days turned into weeks. Mauricio withdrew further. He canceled meetings, forgot friends' names, and avoided mirrors. Kyle begged him to see a doctor. He refused. "There's nothing wrong with me," he insisted. "The house is trying to show me something." Concerned, Kyle confided in Dorrit, then Kathy, then the network. And when the whispers turned to questions, is he sick? Is it dementia? Is this a breakdown? Kyle did something she had never done before. She stopped filming. She retreated from public life to protect what little remained of the man she married. She took him to neurologists, shamans, sleep clinics. Nothing helped, and all the while, Mauricio begged to return to the house. Then one night, Kyle woke to find him gone. His phone was on the nightstand. His car was missing, and her heart, her ever-strong, ever-defiant heart, plummeted. She knew where he'd gone. The house on Maple Drive loomed like a monument of secrets under the moonlight. She found his car parked askew, door still open. The gate had been forced open. She ran, barefoot, breathless, into the darkened structure, calling his name. And that's when she saw it. In the center of the grand, rotting foyer, Mauricio stood, still, staring at the empty staircase. His body was rigid. His hands hung loosely at his sides. His mouth moved, but no sound came out. "Mauricio?" she whispered. He turned slowly. His eyes were full of tears. "I remember now," he said. "What are you talking about? This isn't the first time." He pointed upward, toward the upper level of the house. "I built this place, a long time ago, before I was me." Kyle stared at him horrified. "You're not making sense." "I think I've lived this life before," he whispered. "All of this, you, the girls, the fame, I think I've done it already. And this house? This was the ending." The weeks that followed blurred into chaos. Mauricio was hospitalized, diagnosed not with a physical illness, but a rare psychological condition, dissociative reincarnation delusion, a term as haunting as the man himself had become. Doctors said it could be linked to trauma, deep-seated exhaustion, or a neurological breakdown, but Kyle knew better. It wasn't delusion, it was memory.